Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late August 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Capricorns. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's see what we got. Shuffle it up here one time for the Capricorn Collective, my guides. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But here we go. Let's get it going for the Capricorns, please. Nice and quick. Let's rock. My guides, there it is. Nice and quick. Okay, so we have this Queen of Cups energy showing up here right up front. So for a portion of you, this could be signifying a water sign, but this is a very emotional, loving, caring energy generally. But we're going to have to talk about it. A lot of archetypes with that card. Before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading, let's talk about it. Now, obviously, this first deck is an oracle deck. It's not the tarot, but this card always just reminds me of this Queen of Cups, and I always like to go with my intuition on that. So for a portion of you, if you're tied to a water sign, they're showing up prominently right here in the beginning of this reading. But what does the Queen of Cups speak about? As with all court cards, especially the queens, they talk about the internal world, especially the Queen of Cups. So this could be telling us various things. Maybe someone you're connected to is quite emotional in their feelings a little bit about something. You might be a little more emotional yourself. A lot going on internally, a lot going on the inside when this Queen of Cups shows up. Now, the thing we always have to look for with this card is the positive, is her being emotionally expressive, letting those emotions out, whether through creativity or communication. But the rough side of the Queen of Cups, it could tend to be an individual that suppresses things, feels things very deeply, but suppresses them, doesn't speak about them. So in this time, you might need to find some sort of outlet for your internal feelings, okay? Because we all have them, right? So we're going to just put this Queen of Cups right over here. It's also, like I said, very loving, caring, nurturing, supporting. So that might be something you're yearning for or you need. You might need a big old bear hug. I got you. But let's get into tarot now. I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. I'm going to get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive, juicy stuff. So let's shuffle it up here for you, Capricorn. And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was super interesting. It was titled An Unexpected Return. Now remember that energies could still bleed over into the coming weeks, but the big thing I've been seeing is a lot of mystery surrounding the Capricorn Collective. Right now, life is all about, you know, the unexpected from time to time. Life always tends to throw us curveballs, but the big thing I was picking up last week is something that you may have dealt with could return, or a person. Like I was getting that returning energy, whether it's something that you need to deal with again or a test from the universe. So let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is always changing. It's very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, right? Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're connected to. But there was a lot of returning energy last week. Let's get you 3 cards. Let's see what we have for you now, because it could be drastically different. We could still get little sub notes, but let's get these 3 cards out. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, we are starting with big action. Both of these cards popped off together. So in position number 1, we have the Chariot. Gotta go. That's that type of energy. This is someone that's in a bit of a rush here. They want to get something moving, something going. We also have the Fool. So these are both incredibly powerful action-based cards that you are starting off with, my Capricorn friends. Try to get these as straight as possible. Let's get you one more. A lot of power here that we're starting off with. Starting with a bang. There's a lot of oomph here. Let's get one more. See what's up. Obviously, those are major arcana as well. Big Aries energy for some reason for a lot of you, because we have both of the Aries cards out. We have the Emperor in position number 3. So let's talk about this. And I always love when we get all major arcana in the main part of the spread. There's a lot of things for us to dissect and look at. Now, let's go through and I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes before we get into the intuitive messages. Now, at first glance, when I look down here, obviously I already mentioned all major arcana. In tarot, major arcana represent big threads in our life, powerful energies that could possibly really change the dynamic of whatever it is we're going through. They're extremely strong archetypes. We have water, we have double fire. So like I said, this is gotta go, let's go, a lot of movement. There's so much fire here as well. So I'm really picking up a sense of urgency in the energy, but let's go through one by one. Position number one, we have the Chariot. For a portion of you, this could be that water energy we were seeing in the Oracle. The Chariot represents the zodiac sign of Cancer or Cancerians. This card could represent distance, travel. I tend to say it is the fastest card in the whole entire tarot deck. It's going somewhere, like no brakes. It's shooting off like a rocket. Let's go. Let's get this going. So just like with fire energy, it could be a little volatile. It's movement based. It could speak about determination. But for some of you, it could just be very simple things. It could be representing traveling or your vehicle, something like that. But when I see the Chariot, I think of action either going towards something or away from it. So the clarifier is going to be very important. Another thing to always note with this Chariot, it could represent conflict sometimes, because chariots are obviously an instrument of war, an instrument of battle. So that is something to watch out for. Hopefully none of you are having some conflict, whether external or internal. Now moving to the center, we have a very positive card generally, depending on what shows up underneath it. We have the Fool. Like I already mentioned, double Aries energy showing up right here. Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, is all about new beginnings, right? Fresh starts, the beginning of a journey, just like this Fool card. This is the protagonist of the tarot deck. It's the main character, right? So when we see this Fool card about to go over that cliff, I always say this is very good for new things, or you might be wanting to do something. This is a card of urges. This is a card that's a little spontaneous, fiery. Like I said, it's also jovial and happy and trusting. But remember, the clarifier will be very important to tell us what could be coming in. There's a lot of energy moving here. And like I said, it feels, I don't want to say frantic, but a little volatile in its ways, or urgent. So we want to see what's up with this. There's always a warning with the Fool card about not doing things too spontaneously, or making sure you have a plan, trusting the process. And when we have the Chariot next to the Fool, once again, you need to watch out for things popping up out of nowhere, or, you know, issues popping up that you didn't see coming. Like, just watch out for spontaneity. That's a big thing with this energy. Now moving to the back end, we have an energy that kind of cures all that stuff I was just speaking about. We have the Emperor, which is more about control. The Emperor gets a little bit of a bad rep in the tarot scene. I like this energy, right? I might be a little biased. I have a lot of Aries placements myself, but when I see this Emperor, it's a representative of the divine masculine. So this could represent a prominent male figure in your life. This could represent authority figures. Maybe you're an authority figure. Everyone's an authority figure to somebody else, right? And when we see this Emperor, I think of a shot caller. It is the divine masculine counterpart to the Empress. So this can speak about good things, but as with all things, there's another side to the coin. The rougher side of this Emperor could be someone that's a little bit of a dictator, somebody that wants things very specifically, like my way or the highway. It's controlling sometimes, but that's why it gets a bad rep. But control isn't always a bad thing. So maybe there's some things happening, some things going on that you're really trying to get a grip over, or that you will be when this Emperor shows up. So we have a lot of interesting energy. They're all powerful in their own way, in their own right. And just get these all bumped up there. There we go. And I want to dive deeper on all the Capricorn. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Capricorn friends, please. My guides and spirit team. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Chariot. Let's see what that Chariot's about. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Capricorn, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Chariot time. What is it doing here? Why are we starting off with a bang for the Capricorns? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so here's this little bit of mystery. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay. Not the best card to have underneath a card like the Chariot. I do feel like this could be somebody like really trying to hide their motives and their actions and their reasons for doing things. Not saying it's you, or like you discern it however it is, but the Seven of Swords, generally when I see this card, I say it's a warning, right? Because this is a card of somebody that is doing things underhanded, or they don't want others to see what they're doing. So this could be a very specific warning about a person. We'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the reading, but this could be a little bit of a red flag, especially when I see it underneath this Chariot. Now, I do say the positive aspect of the Seven of Swords, it could just be something you don't see coming. And we've had that in the last 2 weeks where we've been having a lot of unexpected, surprising things. But this card can be a bit of an issue. It can be a bit of a problem or a situation. So I want to see if this situation unfolds throughout the rest of this thing, because I do see somebody trying to hide their motives. So there might be someone who's acting, doing things, planning things, and they're not wanting others to know about it. So this could be like secret or hidden motives. I'm not trying to be a fear monger. That's just how this makes me feel right here in the front end. For a portion of you, if it isn't anything nefarious or a person you need to watch out for, this is Spirit still saying like, hey, there could be a lot of stuff coming at you that you don't see coming. So strap in, right? It could be a little warning about that. We're going to keep moving. We're going to see what's up with the Fool. And as I already said, life is all about the unexpected. We all get things that come out of left field. But let's see why that Fool card is here. Why is the Fool here for Capricorn? Yeah, I wasn't really wanting to see that Seven of Swords there, to be honest with you. Also, to mention, we have the double sevens, right? Chariot, number 7, the Seven of Swords, number signs, omens. Okay. I like this for you. I do like this for you, but there still should be something that we need to take a look at. We have the Devil in the upright underneath this Fool. Now, since this is a Capricorn reading, this is much more positive of an alignment than it would be in any other spread or reading. I will say that for sure. Because the Devil is one of your power cards. Not saying Capricorns or Devils. We love you guys. The reason the Devil is your card is due to the goat symbolism. That alone. Now, when we look at other archetypes, if this isn't you saying, you know what, I'm hitting the restart button, I'm starting over, enough of this secrecy, this nonsense, all this stuff that was going on, I want to start fresh. I want to start with a clean slate. So a lot of you in this time could really be yearning for some sort of fresh start or a clean slate. Even a do-over, all right? Like we were seeing last week with the unexpected return, there might be someone wanting a do-over or to just do things differently. But this can also be a warning, okay? Like, even though this is good because this is a Capricorn reading, I would still take that good positive message. But the Devil can represent restriction. This could represent trapped, being in a toxic situation as well. This could once again be a controlling individual. So there might be somebody you're connected to that is a little bit toxic that you need to watch out for in their behaviors. Where, like I said, my way or the highway type of energy, where you might want to do something and you have this restrictive energy trying to pull you back. So we do have a couple of important warnings here so far in the front end. I do feel that it's an interesting dichotomy where there's, warnings involved, but there could also be good things here. There's a lot of stuff that could be up in the air for Capricorn in this time, where it could go left, but it could also go right. Let's see what's up with the Emperor, then we'll make a little bit more of a determination. Then we'll do a recap before the Shadow card. Interesting spread. Interesting spread, my friends. And please watch out for false opportunities in this time. Watch out for people that you feel like they're trying to sell you something. I know that's for some of you. Like, if someone's trying to sell you something or sell you a tale, you need to watch the people around you. Watch the company you keep in this time for sure. But why is this Emperor here for Capricorn? Thank you. 3 of Swords. Okay. Yeah. And this could be something that can't be controlled. Right? We have the 3 of Swords underneath this Emperor. I'm not really a fan that we have all this fire and brimstone type of energy showing up here, Capricorn. Like, so much fire, so much air. The Devil, even though it's earth energy, you see it has that fiery look and feel to it. Now, the 3 of Swords, we know what that represents. Right? It's one of the more iconic tarot cards out there, 3 swords through the heart. This could represent somebody who is going through some sort of pain, that's going through some sort of hurt, some sort of process, whether minor or major. And underneath this Emperor, they're trying to keep it together, trying to keep their act together. So I do also feel that this could be anxiety driven for some of you. Okay, like, even though we have these warnings showing up here, this 3 of Swords under the Emperor does feel a little bit mental based. So there might be someone you're connected to that's going through big bouts of anxiety. They might be very nervous. They might be very much on edge, and they're trying to keep it together, make it seem like, nah, everything's fine, everything's good. So just keep that in mind, that there could be someone you're connected to that is struggling a a little bit. I said a lot of bit, because on the top we did have some good, powerful, positive energy, but underneath the surface, this is where we're seeing the struggle. So I'm getting someone trying to keep it together, but they could really be struggling with anxiety and nervousness in a very big way. Maybe it's because they can't control the outcomes of this. Who knows? But let's go through and do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. Interesting reading. Obviously, this doesn't all have to be your energy, but take these warnings however they apply. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we do have the Chariot with the 7 of Swords. Not the best type of vibe and feel we have here. I do feel like it could harken back to the last couple of weeks where this could be, unseen or unexpected actions. But for a lot of you, I feel like somebody might have motives or plans that are like really they're trying to keep to themselves and not let it be known. Maybe some of you have certain plans or strategies that you're not trying to let out for whatever reason. Not saying if it's good or bad, but it is showing up here. And one first warning here about the company you keep or certain people around you, because as we get to the center, we have the Fool card with the Devil in the upright. For a portion of you, this could be very good. You might have the sudden urge within you to restart something or hit the refresh button, start a fresh journey, or do something over like the right way, the proper way. And since this is a Capricorn reading, I would say this is very good and beneficial for those things for you. But there also might be someone or something standing in the way trying to control your outcomes, even if you don't quite see the hand. So we do have a warning about those around you. Not saying cause a big old ruckus, just keep your eyes open. Okay, see if anyone's trying to impede you in any sort of way. Watch out for false opportunities as well, and people trying to sell you a story. On the back end, we have the Emperor with the 3 of Swords in the upright. This felt very anxious to me, anxiety-based. So if not you, there could be someone you're connected to that is very nervous, very uptight, and they're trying to keep it together. They're trying to keep it under control, keep it under wraps. But yeah, this is someone really going through something in a big way. If you're connected to an Aries, this energy seems a little funky for the time being as well. But please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you a shadow card here, Capricorn. We did have warnings in this week, and that's okay. It happens sometimes, right? Not every reading is going to be super, super peachy. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. We're going to get one shadow card for you, just to see what's up. As you know, every reading, I like to end it off with one of these cards. So let's see what's in the shadows for Capricorn. Whether it's within you, maybe it's something you don't quite see. We might get some insight on what's happening with these cards here. So we do have the 2 of Swords. What is this unseen energy? Okay, this is one of my big mysterious type of cards, just like the Moon, and it's been like that for weeks and weeks and weeks. There's a lot of unknowns surrounding the Capricorns, or things you don't quite possibly see. Now, the 2 of Swords, as with all 2s, could represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads. So when I see this card, especially in the shadows, some of you might have recently been through a situation where you were a little confused about why someone did this, why they did that, or any of their reasoning behind it. This can absolutely represent indecisiveness. So for a portion of you, you might need to make a firm decision, a firm choice to really go in a certain direction. That's the big vibe I'm picking up. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 3 winners for 3 different tarot decks. It will be a winner's choice this month. So if you want the Gilded Tarot, it's your choice. If you want the Witch's Tarot or anything under $40 US, 3 winners will be chosen. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments what you think is the best use for tarot. Speaking to spirit, shadow work, inner work, confusion, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, in August, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you soon.